Hey everybody, this is Ashleigh Kanat. She is the current Director of Economic and Workforce Development for the City of Oakland. Now, my background is in economic development and mostly for the City of Oakland. I want you to listen to this right here.
What the city-owned property could become. This former parking garage was declared seismically unsafe in 2016, and it's been closed ever since. It's an important site in the heart of our civic core. It's too central to sit unused. Do we retrofit it and reuse it as a garage, or do we tear it down and redevelop it? We got curious and we wondered, what does downtown Oakland need most? So we partnered with the Urban Land Institute to help us think boldly about this site. This team of professionals spent 2 intensely focused days studying the site, the context, and interviewing community stakeholders. Those conversations reminded us that public land is an opportunity to make downtown more vibrant for everyone. We want to hear from you. Drop your ideas in the comments. Have you ever walked by this parking garage and wondered,
Okay, here's my idea, Ashley. First of all, my idea is, why are you doing the work of the person that should be the city's planning director? Planning directors do that sort of thing. You are the Director of Economic and Workforce Development, what we used to call the Economic Development Director. You're supposed to be about the task of creating jobs. And you do that historically, and most do it currently, through activities and programs that focus on business retention, attraction, and development. What you're doing isn't that. It's not work. The Urban Land Institute really shouldn't be working with you. Meanwhile, business after business after business in Oakland is either living on the margins or closing. And the ones that are living on the margins, people know about, large and small, but particularly small. Oakland does not have a single program using tax increment financing, unlike we did prior to 2011, that focuses on helping businesses pay rent through assistance, or creatively helping businesses with such things as code enforcement, or for that matter, marketing, or loans, as we did in the past, where we even instruct businesses on how to obtain loans that are actually right for them that they could afford. And sometimes we turn those loans into grants. What you're doing, you shouldn't be doing. And it's absolutely shameful that you think it's okay to take time and walk around these businesses and these buildings rather, and ask people to imagine rather than sound the alarm that, hey, Oakland is in economic trouble and we need action to build the number of businesses we have, and we can do this. And then say, here's my program. You have no program. I have never, in all my years involved in Oakland, going back to, technically when I was 18 years old and making drawings of high-rise buildings that I thought should be at Lake Merritt. One of them actually materialized to be the Citibank building. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anyone in the middle of a maelstrom of negative activity with respect to Oakland believe and have a position of responsibility that it's okay to do visioning project that you do when all things are quiet, when businesses are getting money, when customers are happy, and when everything is A-okay. Everything is not A-okay. This is a college exercise. This is something that you do with students at Cal Berkeley. This is not something that you should be doing out there in the wild in downtown Oakland that needs major economic help. So I don't know what's going on, but it's got to stop. That's my response to you and to anybody else, including Carol, Council Member 5. Seriously? You think this is okay? Knowing the number of problems, number of businesses that need investment in downtown and West Oakland, this is what passes for economic development? It is not economic development. It's urban design. And not only that, it doesn't even point to the certainty that anything will be done. This is just some sort of navel-gazing idea thing. Ashleigh said so herself. She said, and I quote, looking at her words, she says, "We're exploring ideas that could help create a more vibrant, welcoming downtown Oakland." She says nothing about, we're actually forming an action plan that we will then take to the city council, which will consist of financing for new construction, financing for the business assistance, and so on. There's nothing here that points to any certainty that anything will come out of this. This is absolutely shameful. I never thought in my entire life I would see Oakland fall to this point. Oakland has had a sad history since 2012 of having economic development people that didn't do economic development. One person gave what was supposed to be an economic development report, but she talked about what people were doing in their office that had nothing, and it had nothing to do with economic development at all. It was like, how many people that they talked to about, well, what their needs were, which didn't get an answer. I sat there and watched, and I made a video about this. I sat there and I watched that presentation for 30 minutes, and I was aghast. Oakland has forgotten how to do economic development to such an awful degree that you've literally perturbated what economic development is. There's no other way to put it than that. So please, let's stop this tomfoolery and really get to the work of saving and building Oakland's economy. You want to build Oakland's economy? The first thing we have to do is have a program to convert offices to housing so we can get people on the street there, so that they will have more people to go into the businesses there in downtown Oakland. Then at the same time, create downtown Oakland to an enhanced infrastructure financing district and West Oakland, so that we can have a great fund, not just for affordable housing, but for business retention and also for infrastructure repairs and also for events tied to business development. We must do better. That's not better. What you're doing is a waste of time. Subscribe to Zennie62 on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Zennie62, and bookmark ZennieReport.com and Zennie62blog.com and OaklandNewsOnline.com and OaklandNewsNowBlog.com, to name a few of the websites in Zennie62 Media's system. Thank you.